Boys. Cali King. In the morning.
Eric V. Nick V.
Get it.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. It's Nick V and Eric V, the Baka Boyz up in here. Hello on this Wednesday morning. Special guest in the studio.
Yes, we do have a special guest. It's time, people. We got to welcome him the way we do. You ready, Raz?
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on.
Hey.
Well, it's the Baka, baby. It's the Baka Boyz in the morning. In the morning. It's the Baka Boyz, and we got a special guest for you. His name is Ras Kass,
And he got that soul on ice.
Yeah.
He got that soul on ice.
Hope you're awake now, Raz.
Yo, that was lovely. That was amazing.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming through. Long time.
I know, man.
It's been a long time.
Wait a minute, Raz, did we ever interview for Friday Night Flavors, brother?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I figured we did.
But it's more talking 1996, though. 25 years,
25 years, pretty much.
It's been a minute, man.
Why are you behind from us, bro?
Because y'all play Trick or Treat.
That's not true. The man has been putting out records for years and years after following that. So let's talk about Soul on Ice. Let's go back real quick because now you got project number 2. This is like the part 2. You waited 25 years to do a part 2.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you did plenty of albums coming out.
Yeah.
Why now?
Silver anniversary.
Gotcha.
Good time to take inventory. Soul on Ice was kind of like inflective and, looking at myself and kind of, taking some personal inventory. And 25 years later, it's like, was I right or was I wrong? So it's that. Hopefully I live another 25 and I can do it again.
Right.
What do you feel the answer was with that? Were you right or wrong?
I feel like songs like Nature the Threat are more relevant now than they were when I wrote them. With our current political the way the country is. And then I looked at myself and I made some of the same mistakes. So I'm trying to be honest, and it's Descartes, the duality of man, and dealing with your higher and lower self and analyzing me. I feel like I didn't change much. But I'm a little happier, and I did make some of the same mistakes from 25 years before. I looked back and was like, well, you did that again and you did that again.
Right.
So kind of dumb, still dumb.
What would the older Ras Kass, if you could go back in time and talk to your younger Ras Kass, what would you tell him? What would you tell him, like, what not to do or what to do?
Don't sign that contract.
Don't sign the contract.
Don't sign the contract.
Right.
You get a squad. You got to have a team, man.
Yeah, you got to have a team.
Got to have a team.
And people don't understand. Yeah, the music business is creative, but also there's 2 parts to this. They say there's the music and the business.
And the business really outweighs the music.
And there's a lot of shady people that take advantage of people, especially, artists, MCs, rappers, singers, writers, producers, everything.
Yeah.
Everybody has gotten taken advantage of at one point.
Yep.
No matter who you are.
Yeah.
No matter how many
the goal is to kind of minimize the destruction of the advantage taking.
And the art.
Yeah.
And the art. So have you ever found yourself in a position throughout the years to the point where, like, I don't even want to do this anymore?
I've quit a couple of times.
Okay.
I've quit. Yeah, I've always quit when I wanted to quit. I quit after the second album.
Okay.
I quit for like 2 years and I just kind of went to New York.
Okay.
After the Ghetto Fabulous, the Dre situation, and feeling like, the ball was kind of dropped. And then I got blamed, and I just kind of broke out.
So you also fell into the Aftermath thing, the Dre? What do you mean?
No. He did me a solid. He did a record for me and shot the video, and we actually planned on dropping a different single, and then the company called it Audible because it was Dr. Dre.
Right.
And then they didn't work the record, the radio.
The politics came.
And they kind of blamed me, and that got kind of interesting. So.
Yeah, that's got to be difficult for you. And
well, poo-poo runs downhill. Is that the best way I can say that?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if it's success, everybody takes credit.
Right.
Failure, blame the artist.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I got
that's
you.
usually how that works.
Okay, so you're touching on a lot of things on this album. Or actually, I only got a chance to hear Grammy this morning.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tell everybody about what the Grammy is.
I just channeled, basically it's my Grammy speech, for the one I doubt that I'll seriously win while I'm alive.
Yeah.
So I kind of channeled, like, if I was next to ODB, what would have happened?
Right.
He would have been like, Wu-Tang's for the kids. And I'd have been like, you guys suck.
Why do you think that is, too, as far as people, like, people love and revere people, whether it's
artist or whoever, and then all of a sudden when they die, everybody comes out, oh my God, this and that, and it's like, oh, he was this, he was that. Why don't you say it when they're alive?
I'm a big fan of that, man. I always tell people love me while I'm here.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to live by that and tell people, you know,
you never know.
I got love for you and I appreciate you. And you know, I watched it with like family stuff, like when my grandfather died, and watching my aunties like jump on coffins, and I'm like, bro, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's like, why didn't you do that while I was here? Why didn't you visit him when he was here?
Right.
You know, why didn't you show that kind of affection and love for them while they were here?
Because funerals are for the living. It's for your guilt.
Look at
and
that.
that's what happens with the music. It's like all of a sudden it's sensationalized, and this person you never cared too much about, then you have to put on the extra show and wear the t-shirts. And I watched that with Dilla, and you know even with Nipsey, like it's just kind of unfortunate. Like, support people and just show them love. You ain't got to be riding on nobody or grouping out, but just show people you got love for them. But don't sell tickets to somebody's funeral.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was just that
It's the wrong thing. It's because people take advantage of it. Again, they see it as an opportunity to make money.
To fit in, right. And to fit in and be cool. Everybody's talking about so-and-so.
Yeah,
so now I
want
to be down with
selling Nipsey shirts and Nipsey this and Nipsey that,
Yeah.
And where were they when he was going through his struggles?
Right. That part.
So we got Ras Kass in the studio with us now. This new album that's getting ready to come out here in September, you got a chance to work with some of the elite hip-hop producers. Yeah,
man.
That was dope. I mean, talk to me about working with Diamond, Green Lantern's on here, Diamond D, Pete Rock, Snoop Dogg produced something for you on the album?
Yeah, well, Snoop rapped on it.
Rapped on the album.
Yeah, right. Snoop rapped on it. Let's see. For me, it was just a blessing to be able to reach back, and Diamond is kind of the cornerstone of why people know the first one. He did the remix to Solo Nice. So it wasn't going to make sense to call it Solo Nice
without him.
Yeah, and I didn't want to, beat the same dead horse and try to duplicate the same kind of record.
Yeah.
Like, give me a spaghetti western sample and let me talk political. So we went a different route, and I was really happy with that. It wasn't about trying to duplicate the past, but just taking those experiences and trying to make something futuristic. Justice League blessed me. They gave me like 2 really ill records. I've known Green Lantern when I left LA, like 98, and I was my homeboy CL, Corey Llewellyn, Digiwack. So we were roommates.
Okay.
And Green Lantern came from upstate, from Buffalo, with like a 4-track. And so when I say it, I say it in the song, like, we go back to 4 tracks. Like, we really do go back to 4 tracks. So, it was just it felt really good to I wanted to work with people I'm a fan of. I'm a big Pete Rock fan. And I had never actually done something for him, with him. And so, it just all really came together, man. And Dog, thank you, Snoop, and thank you, CeeLo Green, and thank you, everybody that period. The violists and guitar players and horn players, like, people just came together and helped me
got a group of great people together. CeeLo, Snoop Dogg, Pete Rock, Diamond D, Green
Mortal
Lantern.
Technique.
Yeah. How is it working with Immortal? Is that kind of a match made in heaven because you guys are on the same wavelength lyrically?
You know what? Tech really did something. When I first got out of prison, Tech refused to not pay me. So he just did something that was so super stand up to me. I'm on his album. I'm on Payback.
Okay.
And it was just crazy. Like, I never see somebody like force you to take some money. I'm like, and he's super dope and and highly successful. And so, that was a big thing to me. Like, just to reach back out, because I really appreciate him. I've told him that once or twice while drinking, how much I just appreciate. Like, bro, man, you did that, bro. Like, that's super cool, man.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, people are more truthful when they're drunk, though.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's just, that was a hero move. I thought it was just super dope. So, obviously having him be a part of this record, for me, it meant a lot.
I want to play Guns N' Roses real quick from the new album, Soul on Ice 2. Tell us about Guns N' Roses.
Produced by my man Vocab. Vocab is a dope producer out of Canada, and featuring Styles P from The Lox and Fame from M.O.P. So, I feel like it's Annie Up part two, kind of, sort of. That's what we tried to channel, I think.
Yeah, man.
Listen in, Guns N' Roses. We have Ras Kass in the studio. Enjoy. Is that Styles P on that joint?
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses right there. It's the brand new song. One of the songs from the new album that's going to be dropping September 6th.
Produced
September 6th.
by Vocab. Canada.
Yeah.
How did you link up with somebody in Canada? Man? How did this happen?
I met Vocab somewhere like New York.
Okay.
While he was out there. And then, we just always stayed in contact. And he did stuff for, I feel like he's done like the locks and stuff like that. So I knew his work already.
All right, so let's get into the new rap that's out right now, because I know you have something to say about that. You know, what do you feel about the new rappers? Is there anybody out there that you actually like at all?
I like a lot of people.
Lyrically? Give us some names.
I never do that because I feel like all you do is negate the people you don't mention. So
there's too many to not mention.
Yeah,
well,
it's
there's
like
a
it's
reason
a
they're
lot.
not mentioned, though.
No, it's like a lot of people like when people try to like. Everybody's trying to do these top 10 lists and top 5.
Oh, the
it's
top
like,
50 lists.
You know, and you know, half the time it's
Everybody
like,
has their own personal.
Right. So for me, it's just like you do an injustice to people. Like I'm a big fan of a lot of people, and once I start mentioning 2, I'm gonna remember or get reminded.
Oh, I forgot that person.
Like,
I forgot.
Right.
You're right. I got you.
So salute to I just feel like salute if you make, like I'll say this. Past 3 years, I feel like, people are always complaining, oh, rap is this. No, I feel like past 3 years, people have made some amazing hip hop albums with different, everybody's wave is different. So I don't expect you to surf on my wave.
Okay, let me reframe the question. Who would you like to work with out there now? Like anybody?
I hate to do
no,
that.
No, you still don't want to do that. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I want to work with Duran Duran. That's my favorite group.
Do it.
That's what I want to work with.
Hungry Like a Wolf, Part 2.
Part 2, bro.
Featuring Ras Kass, the remix.
Hold on, wait a minute. So,
Save a Prayer, bro. That's my joke.
I know you don't want to get specific, and you've done a fine job at getting away with it so far. But
I know I'm dead serious.
DJ Frank Data says, what does Ras Kass think about the new Little Pump style of rap?
Okay. Look, if it's for you, it's for you. Some things aesthetically I'm not interested in.
Yeah. Okay.
And just because I don't, I'm not a lot of people's cup of tea, and I understand that.
Yeah.
So, Ice-T said something really smart to me, and I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit. He said every wave or generation of music is influenced by their drugs. So he's like, jazz was heroin.
That's true.
He's like, hip hop was crack. It was, that boom bap was crack music. These kids they're like everything. Yeah. So they're kind of emo, they're sad, but then they kind of turned up. So they got their elbows, but the beat is only like 3 BPM. So they're like triple in 3, but it's really slow. So I get it. I mean, I get it's not for me. I don't like do Percocet and drink lean and smoke a blunt and then my heart don't know what to do. Then it explodes. And unfortunately, I have something against that because I don't like seeing 22-year-old dudes and chicks that look like they 52.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they look tore up and beat up. And I know I'm generalizing, but there's a lot of tragic, death in music right now. And it's kind of due to over promoting that, and that's the soundtrack to it.
So Moon Man says Ras Kass would be a good politician. He dodges and weaves questions like Mayweather.
No, I promise you that was my sincere answer. I know. I never mentioned. Then I got to mention other people.
That's respectful. Also, Quincy asks, well, what year did Ras Kass drop his first album?
So I started the album in 94.
Okay.
Then I went through, signed a contract I wasn't happy with, but had a lot of options and, was blessed to, have a bidding war between Def Jam, American, Priority, and I think one other label. And then we kind of had to negotiate between the production company and the company that I ended up choosing, which was Priority. And then that took another year. And then my album came out. So my album was about 2 years kind of old. And I had to go back in with no budget and kind of finish it thanks to my homeboy Flip and finish the album. Wow. And so my album came out in 96. So for me, it's 25 years. For the world, it would be about 23.
I got you, man. So how did it feel back in the 90s, the early mid 90s, being compared to Nas? That was a pretty big, is that hard to?
No. We all, I think as as MCs, I didn't know those people. I was just a kid that bought records and was a fan of Rakim and Nas and Tupac and KRS-One, and just so many other people. Redman, Wu-Tang Clan.
You're naming names now.
Right, I know I did. See? And then it's gonna just keep growing. Tribe Called Quest.
Wait, you left out such and such.
Right. I left all these people out. But no, I was a fan, and then I think especially as a West Coast MC, to start getting those comparisons with the greatest lyricists out there, especially as a West Coast kid. I think a lot of that might have been contributing factors to why I didn't really fit into the music
to the West Coast
mold, and that may have hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, that it was a difficult time being a West Coast dude and then liking East Coast or sounding like East Coast.
Or lyricist in general.
Yeah, just being a lyricist and picking hip hop beats. I wasn't East Coast to me. I just liked my preference was hip hop. Boom bap beats and Tribe Called Quest and Gangstar samples. And unfortunately that wasn't really what was being marketed to people. I always say New York had the ability, they got to create boxes for themselves. Biz Markie was doing Just a Friend and joking with a puppet, and then Wu-Tang Clan had stocking masks on, and it was black dudes from Staten Island that was doing karate. They got to create stuff, and everybody here was like, oh, if you don't have a Jerry curl and khaki suit,
yeah, if you're not NWA
you're not from LA. And it was just, I think we limited, all the amazing range. It was like either you're Far Side or you're, and there was so many other people that are combinations of that.
So did you feel?
And
like
I feel like I opened that lane, especially for for lyrical MCs.
Yeah. Well, we were blessed here on the West Coast that we had the Wake Up Show, and then we had Friday Night Flavors. We had Mike Nardone.
Right. Mike Nardone, shout out.
We had real DJs that were actually looking for this real music that we wanted to play. Yes, we show love to Snoop. Yes, we show love to the Dog Pound. We had to.
Right.
This is our backyard.
Right.
When they came up to Friday Night Flavors and they wanted to bum rush the studio, get them on the mic. Let them do their thing.
Corrupt's deadly. So shouts out to actually Snoop was deadly too.
Yeah,
his voice is Snoop will always freestyle. I give him that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Did you have a good time in the studio with Snoop?
Yeah, man. He's gonna be Snoopy Dogg, man.
Snoopy Dogg.
He's awesome.
Dogfather.
Yeah.
My fondest memory of Snoop was when we went to his house when he was out there living, far out. Far out off a freeway, far away from LA.
The 60 is
exactly. The 60, and we walk in and he's like. He's cooking fried chicken with no shirt on.
Oh, hilarious.
We just cooking and we just talking. We getting ready to play some video games.
I was just about to say,
because he's a big Madden head. Obviously, I still got to play him though for the new Madden. The new one just came out, so we got to get down.
All right. So before we go any further, I just have to say that some of the new cats from here from the West Coast that are getting a lot of love and doing big things. They're definitely influenced by what you've done in the past. So that's got to feel good.
Of course.
You're somebody who helped lay the pathway for these cats to be as successful as they are right now.
It's a beautiful thing, man, and salute and congrats to like I said, to everybody with bars that's and also because they don't get enough credit to battle MCs. I mean, the battling leagues helped really promote lyrics and bars back into mainstream rap.
Right.
So I'm always a student of the game before I'll try to boss up on everybody.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple things we needed to get done before you leave us here.
Okay.
Number one, freestyle.
Okay.
If that's going to happen.
Yeah, let's go.
And then we got to choose a beat.
Wait, we thought we were going to have to pry you into this. We had a whole plan, man.
Oh, okay. No, then. All right.
Okay, yeah. So,
now convince
all right,
me.
so check it out.
All right, here we go.
So you're an MC. You're a freestyle. You're a lyricist.
I don't know if I freestyle as good as I used to.
You're a lyricist.
Yeah,
you're a lyricist. Okay. Yeah. We had Edward James Olmos. You know who he is, right? An actor.
Yeah.
He freestyled on our show.
That's legendary.
We want you to listen to Edward James Olmos.
Hear this.
So you can see if you could top this.
That'll start Galactica, bro.
Right?
Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, Miami Vice. And
Good thing that's coming alive. It's hot, it's good, it's always true. It's here in LA for you.
So yeah, we were getting ready to say goodbye to him. The interview was over,
right?
And then I put on that Drake beat that
he just felt it,
and he started going like this.
It's coming for you.
Yeah. So I was like, so we just let the music play, so let him go.
I call that the Jurassic gangster flow.
Yeah.
Seat to the bottom of the top. To the bottom of the top.
Yeah, he did it. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool though. It was a shock for us as well. We were like, oh material. Man. We were like, oh damn.
All right, I had to press that up.
I have a beat, and I'm gonna see if you like it real quick. So you know, see if you could do something else. Can you put me up, Nick?
Hey, let me hear what you got.
Let me see. Can you mess with this or not?
Oh, hey.
Can you mess with that?
I like that.
All right.
Hey, it's kind of like Biggie, please.
The Baka Boyz. Come on, yeah. What up, Richie? Oh, I got a book out too. I forgot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that.
Yo. Since when did street brothers become emo? I grew up off the Dr. Dre and Primo. These cats are selling A-hole for a B-roll. Amber Rose fools getting fingers up they B-hole. You can play Debo, I'ma stay me though. This real life Call of Duty with the cheat code. Chester the cheetah, eating chili cheese Fritos and Pinot Grigio. Dark skinned Filipinos, Neglitos. On beaches in Rosarito with the ankle band beeping like bump my P.O. Most never see death coming, ask Miss Cleo. Instead of hard work, they rather freeload. Hey yo, the world spinning, the world winning. I'm on tour and the world winning. Award shows, I'm just more linen. John, I wore linen. Bomb, I form fitting the throne and wearing the crown like I was born in it. My homie, this that part, the good time painting. Homie, I'm black art. Forget it, Grammy, fuck rap in the pop chart. Swap meet T, rocking the black bar. I was called Love Thy Neighbor, but I'm surrounded by all y'all haters. Beg for asylum, they put your children in cages. It's outrageous.
Man!
Off the Domos. I'm down with Eric James almost freestyle. And don't be stealing toys from Star Wars Disneyland.
Man, Ras Kass. I think you got Edward James this round.
I think you definitely took him. Hey, no. So the book. What are you talking about in the book, brother?
Oh, so well, the book is here, Richie.
Hand that book over
possibly,
here.
Yeah.
What are you touching on?
Oh, you got one? No, the book is in there.
Yeah,
so the book is actually just it's accompanying. Yeah, that one.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just the lyric book for the album.
Oh, Soul on Ice.
Yeah, so Soul on Ice 2.
Oh, dope.
Beautiful.
Yeah, man. So I'm thankful Patchwork Studios.
Who helped you illustrate that?
My man Maya Bailey, who's a dope big tattoo artist in Atlanta.
Okay.
Nice.
And so it's literally the written rhymes.
That's dope, bro.
And then we actually had to type them out because my handwriting is crap.
Has anybody done anything like this before?
I've never seen anything like that.
I don't think I've seen like a notebook of an actual album of the whole process of your lyrics and crossing words out, changing words, the whole process.
Yeah,
it's like behind the scenes.
It's the like. I was given the analogy of like Busta Rhymes writes on the margins, literally all that incredible stuff he's saying.
On the margin lines.
And it's just inside those margins, there's this blank piece of paper. And so watching all these interesting ways other people write, I know mine is like, we all have our own little codes and our ciphers. Yeah, so I just wanted to show my process and I think the strength to what I do particularly is the lyrical content.
Yeah.
So this was just a way to, kind of show what I'm saying. And, it's kind of like follow the bouncing ball. Maybe you could read along and really appreciate the thought process and the bars.
Super dope.
So that, we went for it.
Is that available? That's available now?
Yeah, it's available now. The book shipped in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then, we have the what do you call it? The iBooks and the ebooks and all that stuff. So
I want to real quick to get into your political views and some of the things that you are talking about in the music that is important, that is not being talked about in conversation amongst us,
right?
Amongst our community, our hip hop community, and beyond hip hop, of course. What are some of those things that you're talking about that you would like to express right now in verbal, plain tone for us?
Oh yeah, man. So. I talk about, I think we haven't really talked about it a lot. I have a song on the album called Opioid Crisis.
Yes.
And I do juxtapose that with, a little bit of, the society we live in. When brown and black kids do things, they tend to, it's just science. It's not something I made up. We tend to catch felonies for things that other people get misdemeanors for.
Right.
So
other people in privilege,
right?
They don't get.
Right.
They get a slap on the wrist.
Right.
But everybody,
we all do the same amount of crime, and some people get blamed a little bit more for that crime. As human beings, period. And then actually, people, migrants, immigrants do less crime. And so we have these perceptions that are created because people have agendas, and we should fight against that. I think silence is, you're complicit to violence.
I mean, you see what's happening in Hong Kong right now, in China right now. It's a mess out there. It's crazy democracy, the whole thing. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. But, I mean, like I said, at beg for asylum, they put your babies in cages. So we got a lot of stuff. We got to clean our own backyard up first.
Definitely.
You said something in one of your rhymes, and I think I'm just going to space it right now, but it was... I just couldn't think about it right now, but it was awesome. They had to be in Grammys. Oh, you were talking about how our world or entertainment people are really giving a lot of attention to these folks that don't have lyrics. They don't write their own lyrics.
Right.
Whoever's got the shine right now, that's who they jump on their nuts.
Right.
And all these things. These are things that MCs are not saying because, or maybe they are.
But no, I think politically, it's a bandwagon thing. So that, why I really didn't answer like who's your favorite rapper or who you listening to now. Like, the wackest dude is going to be like, whoever's hot, he's going to associate himself and name that guy. So there was a time when nobody mentioned Eminem because he wasn't popular. Or Kendrick Lamar when he was K-Dot. So then all of a sudden, when he pops, everybody's like, well, Kendrick, and then like me, and then, and that game keeps shifting, and I think it's corny. So what I try not to do is just say, everybody's dope to me, and you know who you are.
Don't jump on the bandwagon.
Right, yeah. And so... we do that because it's a branding technique. Yeah. Artists do that to see. Like, I know artists behind closed doors that are going to tell you so-and-so's God MC. But when they get in front of the camera, they're going to say, well, that's not popular for my brand. I can't promote that. I have to say these names. So we're just playing. It's like reindeer games, and I try not to be a part of that, man.
That's
like,
right.
If I like the music, I like it. If there are some songs that are, and some MCs I don't think necessarily are that dope that might sell a lot of records and have a lot of success, and that's good for them. But to try to mention things just to be popular and associated with that popularity, it's disingenuous, and that's what I just try not to be disingenuous.
Speaking of your pen, and you do have a pen, you're a lyricist, you write dope rhymes, you're a dope rapper, all that stuff. Have you ever? You don't have to give any names. Have you ever ghostwritten for any people?
Yeah,
you have?
Yeah, quite a few.
Okay, dope.
Yeah. I won't say the names.
Yeah, I know you won't. I know. I think one was Edward James Olmos, right?
No, he ghost wrote for me, for one.
Okay.
Edward James Olmos wrote my bar.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yes. I knew something. I could tell the style.
The flow.
Yeah, the flow was close. Yeah.
All right, before we let you go,
last question.
Let you know that I am available for remixes with the flute.
Yeah, he does this.
Are you serious?
Because this radio thing is not going to last forever. I know that, so I got to start thinking about my next career. And so now that I have super MCs in front of me, I'm just letting y'all know
that you're going to flute it out.
Yeah, it's the Mexican. It's the Mexican pan flute from the top of the Mexican mountains out there.
Wow, that was gangster.
When you're ready to go global, I can help
world
you.
Music. Okay.
Yeah, world music. It could be Raz and the flute on tour.
I think that's what we need to do.
All right, Ras Kass, thank you for coming through.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate it.
Much love, much support. Continue doing what you're doing. That's dope. That book is crazy. You can pick it up. It's going to be shipping in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And as far as the album is available on all social media platforms.
It's available for pre-order. So
pre-order.
yeah. You can Mellow Music Bandcamp.
Okay.
So yeah, and we have vinyls, we have CDs, and 8 tracks. No, I'm just kidding.
8 tracks. And if people want to follow you, how do they follow you?
At RAS_KASS on the gram, and everything else will flow through that.
All right, so you heard the music. This is not a freestyle song. It's a freestyle record right here. Nick V's doing something positive for us right
That's
now.
the flute. He sampled the pan flute.
That's kind of what he practices to. But anyway, so we're doing this thing called Mouth Love. You down for this?
Okay, yeah.
He's like, no. Usually people get scared.
It sounds weird, but
okay. See,
I should have just jumped in head first. Let me possibly.
All right, so Mouth Love is positivity for you for your day to go through. Nick V writes these affirmations, and he's our teacher. We just walked into a positive class right here. It's like a positive cult. Nick V, lead away.
All right, so Ras Kass, if you will, please take a deep breath, sir. Yeah. Push it out. One more time, because it's beautiful. It feels so good. One more time, bring it in. It's like being at a yoga class, right?
Yeah.
Feel good, lightheaded.
Minus the farts.
Exactly.
All you have to do, Ras Kass, is repeat after me.
Okay.
These words are going to cloak you in positivity no matter where you go throughout your life for today.
Here we go.
Today is glorious.
Today is glorious.
I am chosen.
I am chosen.
I honor the light in me.
I honor the light in me.
I don't want to be a player no more.
I don't want to be a player no more.
I don't know about that.
Oh man, you just failed the class.
Oh, hold on. Okay.
I don't want to be a player no more.
You sure?
Maybe.
Are you sure you want that? We can.
I don't know.
We can redo it.
He can change it. Let's change it.
And the final one. I am brave.
I am brave.
You like that one better?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, there it is.
How about I am a brave player?
I am a brave player.
Ras Kass, thank you for coming in once again. Follow him, Ras_Kass, KASS on Instagram. Pre-order his album, man.
And if you've been
Support this
starving
dude.
for real hip hop, no need to starve anymore. He's here. He's back. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You've always been 100 with us. No matter where I see you, when we see you, it's always a
Escala,
blessing.
baby.
Escala is
Yeah.
when we usually run into you, man. But it's always a pleasure to see you, and we wish you tons of success. Go on tour, go around the world, spread the gospel, baby.
Thank you, brother.
Don't forget the flute. Don't forget
And
the
don't
flute.
forget the flute when you're ready.
The remix is coming.
We're going international.
Featuring Edward James almost.